Hey, welcome. First of all, apologies that I'm simply on a laptop. I've had a camera malfunction. You can't believe how sad I am about that. And that's why I'm also using my travel guitar so that I can get everything just on my laptop. And yeah, anyway, there we go. Topic for today. I decided on how to adapt songs to suit you. So that's what I'm going for, the topic. I'm using the song Crazy Love. I actually play it in F normally, and I don't even know if I'll show you how I normally play it. It's all bar chords and it's all quite aggressive. I started singing. I'm a guitarist who learned how to sing, and it took me a long time to realise that there's some songs that really I shouldn't sing because they just don't suit my voice. I'm so nervous that I have so much performance anxiety, always have. I can vomit before a show, and people just don't realise. The truth is that my body's therefore so full of this fizzy energy that I'm quite an aggressive singer, and so I play it quite aggressively. The reason I'm saying that is I want you to know, I want you to go away with original versions, thumbs up. Everything doesn't need to be exactly the same as the original. Some of the best covers are best because they're completely different. A number of topics that I want to touch upon. I want to talk a little bit about capos, a little bit about capos versus finding actually better versions, because you're learning and you're finding new grips, and there's loads and loads of chords that are essentially open chords. Everything I'm playing on this today can be considered an open chord. That's an open chord because it's using open strings. This is an open chord because it's using open strings. This is an open chord. I'm giving you a tab for all of them later in the video. So that's one of the topics I wanted to talk about. I'll give you a tab for all the video, as I say, for all the chords. And these sorts of chords I would have never found if I just played everything with a capo. So that's one of the topics I want to mention roughly. Capos, I want to mention original versions. I want to mention what's the right key. And I want you to come away with a version of this song that you're thinking, oh, I can play that without bar chords. So, where to start? Let's start with the topic and if you want to skip ahead, I'm going to end up getting on a soapbox a couple of times and sharing what I think. And remember, there's key moments, chapter headings in the description. Just skip ahead to whichever bit you want. Okay. How to name chords is something else that I'm going to go through. So how to name chords, the right key, original versions, capos versus, that's the 4 topics. Let's jump in with the right key. That's a fairly brief one. Don't let people tell you that the right key is whatever key the original was performed in. They're just misguided, okay? They're not correct. The right key is always going to be the key that the singer needs it to be in to sound their best. So if your singer sings Crazy Love the best in the key of E flat, then you need to play it in the key of E flat. If they sing best in F sharp, you need to play it in F sharp. So let's just get that one out the way. The right key for the vocalist is the right key. So that one out of the way. Which brings us sort of segues into the topic of capos or capos. Yes, they should be called capos. I hate the word capo. I don't know why. It's a capo in my world. So capos have their place. I use a capo. Almost every time I perform with my wife, I use a capo. However, I've seen people, you probably have as well. I'm trying not to be disparaging here, but have you ever seen these people who they play a capo every single song? The chord voicings they play are always the same. It's say G, C, D, A minor, E minor, And that's it, with a capo in, same strumming pattern every single song. And if you've seen people like that, you've probably realised how incredibly samey and therefore boring and dull that becomes. So this is an encouragement, this is a cry out to everyone to consider maybe avoiding that. Mainly because I'm a guitarist, and by not using a capo, what I've done is I've discovered lots of chords that are alternatives to using a capo that make the guitar sound better. And I'm like, oh, isn't this so much nicer than playing a capo? And some of these voicings I'm giving you today, I'm just going to play you a couple of chords. I can't speak and play at the same time because of the malfunctions I've had, and we'll end up with nasty delays. So I'm just going to have to stop talking and play you a couple of chords, and I want you to get how beautiful these chords are. They are alternatives. There's an alternative to an F sharp minor, there's an alternative to a B minor, there's a C sharp minor, there's a D right up here, even this A, when I play it like that, they're quite complex chords. They're 4, even 5 note chords. They're alternatives. Let me just quickly play them for you. So, apart from the odd fluff, I'm hoping that you're able to recognise that, like, oh, that's a really lovely sounding chord. If you're going to start using something like an F sharp minor 7 open brackets 11, then you need to make sure it suits the song, and it won't always suit the song. However, a vast majority of the times, like personally speaking, a vast majority of the times where the song calls for an F sharp minor, and I play an F sharp minor 7 11, I find that it actually works. And not only works, but it often sounds better. It's a bit more dreamy. I play with my wife a lot. She's got a beautiful voice, a female, floaty, gorgeous voice. You can afford to do these nice open 5-note chords instead of a straight 3-note F sharp minor. So you decide for yourself, but I hope that I've persuaded you to try them. So that's one of the things I want for you for today, and that's as an alternative to using a capo. You got to work a bit. You got to go, oh, okay. Let's explore. Let's learn. Let's try a few different grips and shapes. It does take longer. Capo's an easy option. But if you're a guitarist, that's what you want, don't you? You want to improve. You want to learn new grips. You want to learn new chords. You want to go, oh, yeah, I've never played that before. That's all I want to really say about capos. What I want for you also from this video is to be able to understand how we name chords and how to work out how to name a chord. So let's go through a couple of these chords and do precisely that. I'll start down the bottom end here. So here we have, this is F sharp minor as a bar chord. I'm fine playing bar chords, and so it's only actually got 3 notes in it. What I often do is take this first finger off and just press down the 3rd string. So they're the 3 notes of F sharp minor that I'm actually pushing down. Now by fingering it by this, I'm opening up the top 2 strings. So we have an E note and we have a B note, and I want you to understand how to name that chord. Now it's got an E and a B in it. So the one sort of secret, or it's not a secret, but a lot of people don't realise this. because people see how we could create all these chords from a major scale, they don't realise that when we're analysing a chord, what we do is we need to refer to the major scale of that chord. Nothing to do with the major scale of the song you're singing. So we're doing Crazy Love in the key of A, and when we analyse this F sharp minor, we analyse it against the scale of F sharp major. So let's just play that. Check, you need to learn this if you don't know it. You need to number those, okay? So the numbers are, I'm sorry about the weird doubling up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Now, that E, when we compare that, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, flat 7, right? It's a tone below the F sharp. You can see that here when we form this. E is two semitones or a tone down. That makes it a flat 7. F sharp minor with a flat 7 is F sharp minor 7. That's fine. It's always going to work. Now we've got the open B string as well. Where's the B? Well, the B is 1, 2, 3, 4, but in the higher octave, which makes it an 11. So this chord is an F sharp minor 7, open brackets 11, close brackets. It's a complex chord. It's got 5 notes. I think it's beautiful. I use it in the chorus for this version of Crazy Love. So I think that works fine and dandy. Couple of further chords that I want to show. I really want you to get this, because if you get this, it opens up the world for you. I see these people going like, oh, I can't do a bar chord and I can't do a C sharp minor. Yes, you can, if you just realise that you can do it. You can tell that this frustrates me. Do a C sharp power chord, all right? Power chord. I'm just pushing down the 2 fattest strings here. So I'm pushing down the 6th and 5th strings at the 4th fret, the 4th and 3rd string at the 6th fret. Top 2 strings are open. So we've got an open E and an open B again, remember? We go up the notes of C sharp major. And what we find is that the top E, that's our minor 3rd. So we don't need to fret our minor 3rd. Yeah, so I'm saying power chord because the top E gives you your minor 3rd. The B string, compared to C sharp, the B is the flat 7. So if you play that power chord with the top 2 strings open, you're playing a C sharp minor 7. You don't need to play a bar chord. And this is the sort of thing that I want my students, this is the sort of thing I want people to realise about guitar. Because that's really easy to do. Similarly up here, C sharp again. This is one of my favourite C sharp minor 7s. So I'm fretting at the 9th fret, the 6th, the 4th and the 3rd, and I'm muting the 5th string. It's not difficult to touch it accidentally. You'll have a hard job not doing so. So top 2 strings, B and E, I've just ascertained. B and E is simply the minor 3rd and the flat 7th. So when I play it here, I've got a root, I've got 2 flat 7s and I've got 2 flat 3s. I've got no 5s. So it's essentially a shell voicing, but it's really warm and open and jangly because I've got 5 strings strumming away. So I hope I've sold you on this idea of maybe occasionally ditching the capo and searching nicer fingerings, nicer new fingerings, new shapes for you, and alternatives and chords, open chords up the neck. Don't be stuck down here playing open chords and just play bar chords up here. Play open chords up here. Playing keys where the open strings are all in that key. If you're in the key of G or C or D, all the open string notes are in that key, and therefore you can play any of the strings open, and so you can move up the neck, take advantage of these open strings. I think I've probably witted enough, and I've told you pretty much everything I wanted to. I just want to make sure you've got the chords for this crazy love, the way I'm playing it here. So I like this A. I'm giving you tab, right? Here's this A here. Let's you'll need to push pause on the video. So when I'm doing the editing, I'll put the tab up for all the chords. So there's 1A that I really like. Not using my middle finger here, so it looks like a power chord. Only pushing down, sorry, the fattest 2 strings. I could push down just the 5th string and mute the 6th string. Top 2 strings open. C sharp minor. Sorry, C sharp minor 7. C sharp minor 7. My favourite C sharp minor 7 here. D, but not as a bar chord, only pushing down the fattest string. Again, top 2 strings open. B and E notes in relation to D, then the E makes it a 9. I do love 9 chords. And the B is actually a 13. So we've got a D major 9, add 13. Let's have a listen to this, see what you think. Personally, I love that. And what I do, so with this song, it's quite pronounced. I mean, you can hear the bass more than you can hear the guitar on the original version. And they're doing the A to the C sharp minor to the D. Then the bass goes boom, 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 boom. So to achieve that sound, I would need to practice it a lot more to get it consistently right. I'll be straight up honest with you, and I'm not going to play this in this key. I'm only doing it for today's video, so I probably won't put the practice in. But anyway, D, then I'm dropping that bass note to give me a major 7, so that becomes a D major 7. Then I play this B minor. And again, much like the F sharp minor, I'm just the notes I'm fretting are the notes of B minor. The open B string obviously is just the root of the chord, so that's fine. And if I do catch the top E, which I often do, then E in relationship to B is the 11. So this is a B minor add 11. So I hope you think, as I do, that sounds fine and dandy. The chorus, and also I want to say, if I was you, I would learn everything as numbers. So think of that verse as a 1. Think of it as a 1, 3, 4, 1. Okay. And in that same way, the verse is 1, 5, 6, 5, 1, 5, 6, 4. Maybe love, 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 love. Yeah, it's 1, 5, 6, 5, 4, 5. So the way I play it, I'm playing the A there, the 1 there. The E I'm playing as just a power chord, but I'm playing all 6 strings are either a B or an E note. Really nice jangly chord that. Down to this F sharp minor from a 6. Then simply open E. And then my D, I play D over F sharp. So I'll just play that for you and pop the tab up on screen at the same time. So there was just one other thing I wanted to say to you. I'm sorry for well, no, I won't apologise. I hope you found this useful, even though I'm spouting off the top of my head a lot. I don't have time to write scripts, and we've got guests coming tonight. I need to cook dinner. Camera's broken, malfunctions going on left, right and centre, all in a bit of a tiz. The last thing I wanted to say was about practising. Well, practising, like you find something you find difficult to do. Home in on the bit that you find difficult and just do that bit. So you're down to half a bar. Like if it's a 4-bar pattern, don't just keep playing the same 4 bars. If the bit that you're struggling with can fit into half a bar, just play the half a bar. Then this is my big piece of advice. Always be making music. So rather than just like, so for me, this came up when I was doing that ba 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 ba, because I had to run through that 20 or 30 times and was still fluffing up. So don't just go ba ba indeterminate amount of time, that indeterminate amount of time. Make it fit a beat. However slow you need to do it. Always be making music. Let me demonstrate for you what I mean with that bit, which I can't play very well, and God knows I need to practice it. So I still haven't got it right, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. You can see how let's play it to a beat. Always be making music. Yeah, look, I've gone on far too long, so I'm going to wrap it up there. I'm making 100 videos in 100 days. I'd really appreciate your support. What your support looks like, as far as I'm concerned, is subscribe, like, comment, and if you'd gone to Patreon and check me out there, link in the description. Someone joined my Patreon as a free member yesterday. I did a happy dance in the kitchen. That's me done. Take care. Hope you'll join me tomorrow. Bye now.